the bat, I guess no Jai and no Kells, bit of a blow for tomorrow.
Yeah, we would always like to have a full list available to select from, but we know the reality of professional sport is that that's never the case. I can't remember a game in Orange where we've had 18 fit squad members to pick from, so it's another challenge, but we're accustomed to it, and we feel like the depth of our squad's something that's held us in really good stead for a number of years now, and this Saturday is no different.
Can you tell us how close they both came?
Not very close.
Did you have a bit of a setback? Because he was targeting originally, he said maybe the 22nd for the game against the Renegades, and he said he'd been doing good stuff at the long run. So he had a bit of a setback, or just come along slower?
Yeah, I just don't think he's progressed as quickly as he would have liked. I mean, from the first scan he had post-injury, we knew it was going to be a really tight turnaround timeline for him to get back to play at all. And I guess while we're in the moment, this feels like the most important game in the world at the moment, but for someone like Jai, who adds so much value to West Australian cricket, there's probably a bit of a longer term plan with someone with the skill set that he possesses, and there's probably no need to take unnecessary risks with someone like Jai. So I think that whilst we wanted him to play and we know how much value he can add to our Perth Scorchers team, the health of all of our teammates is so important, and Jai's no different, and he's just hasn't got ready to play.
What about the remainder of the series?
Good question. I don't know. I would say more unlikely than likely, but again, never say never. But yeah, Jai's got a lot of cricket ahead of him in 2023 and beyond, and we want to see him as fit for as many games of cricket as possible, whether that be in Orange or for Western Australia or Australia.
What about Lance Morris?
I think it's good to go.
Good to go?
As far as I know. I'm not really sure. I've only just got to the ground, but Lance he's had the flu. He's been feeling pretty average all week, but I think he's good to go for tomorrow night.
With Kells, was he still have concussion symptoms?
He doesn't have concussion symptoms anymore, but as in line with the new protocols that we fully endorse, there's a 6-day return to play protocol, and so you've got to be symptom free, and then you've got another 6 days to wait out. So he's feeling good now, which is great to see. You know, it's a pretty horrific injury he sustained, but he's feeling back to full health, but he's still got another, I think he's on day 3 at the moment, so he's unavailable this weekend.
How do you stop Steve Smith, Ash? You're probably about to ask that question, huh?
Yeah. No, as a cricket fan, it's been so exciting to watch one of the best players in the world be a part of the Big Bash competition. You know, I'm a fan, I'm a stakeholder in this competition, and I want to see the best players playing, and Steve is certainly one of those guys. He's hit the ground running. Often the transition between formats can be challenging for some guys, but as we've seen, he's hit the ground running and he's playing beautifully. That being said, one of the real competitive advantages that we have playing here is that the conditions are really different to a lot of the other grounds in the country, and as we do for every opposition team and player, we try to leverage these conditions as much as possible. I think we have a really clear game plan, and it's something that's worked for us for an extended period of time. That being said, T20 is one of those games where the best players can often win a game off their own bat. Hopefully that isn't the case on Saturday night, but we feel really well planned and well prepared for all 11 players who the Sixers are going to put on the park. We have a lot of respect for all of them. They're all really good players in their own right, but that doesn't take away from the confidence that we have in our playing group and our ability to perform, particularly here at home.
Peter Hatziglu got him out last time he played. Does he have a weakness at all against spin, or is that something you'll try and target him with more overs of spin?
I think we've seen over the last probably 15 years he's a pretty competent player of spin bowling. He doesn't have a lot of flaws in his game, but as is the nature of T20 cricket, it can be high tempo, there's more risks to be taken, and we know that everyone's got to go out and start from zero. So We've spent a lot of time thinking about all of their players. They're all really unique in their own ways, but like I said, we're really confident in our playing list and our ability to play at home here in Perth.
45,000 tickets sold and probably more to sell before tomorrow. What's it going to be like playing in front of a giant crowd?
Yeah, look, we can't wait. We've probably had that taken away from us for a couple of years now. I think back to playing a game at Western Sydney against the Adelaide Strikers at 9:30 p.m. on a weeknight where they didn't open the gates to the public. It's a stark contrast to what we're expecting here tomorrow night. I think it's a great thing for the competition. There's been a lot written and said in the media about the broadcasting and the crowd attendances, and I think that as a credit to a lot of people who have put in a lot of hard work to make this tournament as successful as it's been. I know the TV numbers have been really good. The crowd numbers, particularly here in Perth, have been excellent, and we're going to see that continue this weekend in what's going to be a great product. It's going to be an exciting game. It's at in a prime time slot. It's going to be beautiful weather here in Perth, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
It's really felt like there'd be more of a buzz around the BBL this season opposed to previous seasons, even prior to the pandemic. Have you felt those players as well?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that things are never as bad as they seem, and often they're never as good as they seem as well. The pandemic's had such a instrumental impact in this competition, and I know as players, we've still felt really supported, albeit in different ways to what we've been accustomed to in years gone by. We've faced a lot of challenges off the back of that, as has pretty much every other elite sport in the country and across every industry. So I guess as players, we never really doubted the value that the Big Bash has. We have a lot of confidence in the product that we're able to produce. We think it's a really exciting product, and we think that it's going to be a mainstay in the Australian calendar over summer for years to come.
Curtis said he might pop a few little sledges from the boys. Do you have something in store for Curtis and Josh as well? He's also obviously a teammate of yours.
Yeah, look, it's always fun. It's one of the great things about domestic cricket now in Australia is there's guys who are playing for different teams across different formats, and one week you can be playing alongside someone, as we do with Josh Phillippe for 10 months of the year, and then in a big game in front of a big crowd where we have to try and work out a way to get him out. It's part of the fun of it. It's something that we've been doing for a number of years now. We're accustomed to it. Everyone's a professional. We're all trying to do our best to win for our team on any given day, and we have a lot of respect for those guys. They're really good players in their own right. Like I said before, we have a lot of confidence in our own abilities, and we feel well planned and well prepared to come up against whoever they put out on the park.
How much of an advantage is it playing here tomorrow, considering the Sixers have only won once at Optus Stadium?
Yeah, I mean, I suspect that if you asked anyone that question, everyone prefers to play at home. It's always nicer having not jumped on a 4-hour flight. It's always nicer to be able to sleep in our own bed. And we feel like we've played some really good cricket here at home. That being said, we've done it the other way as well. We played one game, round one here last year, and we were able to lift the trophy. So I think that's instilled in us a belief that our game can translate to any conditions. We feel like we can play well here in Perth. We feel like we're adaptable enough to be able to play well on the East Coast in those conditions, and I think we've shown that over the last couple of years. That being said, we've got the best fans in the country. We feel so well supported here in the West. That's been reflected in the ticket sales. That's been reflected in the viewership, and the support that we've felt from the Perth crowd has been immense. We feel that online. We feel that in person, and for that we're forever thankful.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, everyone.
Do you want any